Hey there, my name's Anthony DeRossi. I'm one of the pastors of Keystone Bible Church in the Tampa area. In the next few moments, I just want to offer you some encouragement in your walk with Jesus for this week. In 1892, after a year of intensive gospel work, the great evangelist D.L. Moody sailed for home, eager to get back to his family, his friends, back to his work. And the ship left Southampton amid many farewells. But about 3 days out into the ocean, the ship just suddenly stopped working. And so my question for you is, has your life ever felt like that? You know, hopeful and excited for where you're headed, only to find out that everything's coming to a screeching stop. And the ship had a broken shaft, and before long it began to take on water. And needless to say, the crew and the passengers were desperate. They were frightened, and so nobody knew whether or not the vessel would sink or not. No one knew of any rescue ships in the area. And so after 2 days of anxiety, Moody asked for permission to hold a meeting, and to his surprise, nearly every passenger attended. He opened his Bible, and while holding onto a pillar to steady himself, he read Psalm 91, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty." Moody would later journal that experience was the darkest hour of his life. He said that relief only came in prayer. But he was convinced that from that moment of desperation, God heard his cry. And this is what I want you to get, is that from that moment, God not only enabled him to get through it, but actually enabled Moody from the depths of his soul to say, "Thy will be done." Moody wrote that night I went to bed and I fell asleep like a baby almost immediately. I love what Charles Haddon Spurgeon said some years later. He said, "The sovereignty of God is the pillow upon which the child of God rests his head at night, giving perfect peace." And so if you're wondering what happened to Moody, obviously God said yes to his prayers and saved the ship and sent another vessel to tow it into port. And then Psalm 91, though, it became a vibrant new scripture to Moody. For him, he discovered, and I hope this is true of you as you go through the rest of your week, that in the moments of despair, the ones that are severe, where you don't even know if you're going to live through this, to the moments that are less threatening, but they still hurt, they still carry pain, they're still scary, Moody discovered that the safest place in the world was in the shadow of the Almighty, under the wings of Yahweh. And so my challenge for you, my question for you is, will you stay there this week? Will you run to him in your moments of despair? When you don't know where to turn, will you turn to him? Thanks so much for joining us, spending some time with us this week. If you would like to make sure that you never miss encouragement in the middle of your week, we invite you to text MME to the number just below, right down here, and we'll make sure that you receive encouragement right to your phone every Wednesday morning. Well, I hope you've been encouraged. I hope you seek refuge in the wings of the Almighty this week, and we'll see you right here next week on Midweek Morning Encouragement.